Looking back at the 2015-16 NBA season, so many things happened. The Cavs come back, the Warriors 73-9 season, the first Aaron Gordon Zach Lavine legendary dunk contest, and even the final season of Hall of Famers Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, and Kobe Bryant. The season was filled with insane broken records, historic games, and even teams that will be remembered forever. One of those teams obviously being the Golden State Warriors, without KD. This was the year the Warriors started the season 24-0, which is the greatest start in NBA history, which makes sense because they would also break the record for the greatest season in NBA history, going 73-9, which was only possible because Steph Curry ended up having arguably the greatest season of his entire career, averaging 30.1 points and almost 7 assists a game while shooting 50% from the field and over 45% from 3, taking over 11 a game. Curry was taking over 11 threes a game, but also broke the three-point record for making 12 in a single game, which the following season would also be broken by Steph Curry, then his teammate Klay Thompson. Curry was also awarded the first ever unanimous MVP award in NBA history. If you played NBA 2K16 in its prime, then you would know how dominant Steph Curry was even if you didn't watch the NBA. Yeah, this was the hashtag Steph Curry break the game era. Then in the playoffs against the final year of the KD Russel Westbrook OKC team, the Warriors would find themselves down 3-1 in the conference finals. This is also the same year and team Steph Curry hit this shot against.
Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown.
But with the odds being completely against them, they were still able to come back to go to the finals to the face of the LeBron-Kyrie Cleveland Cavaliers, which in my eyes is the greatest NBA finals of all time because the Warriors went from being down 3-1 in the conference finals to coming back and being up 3-1 in the finals to losing it all. Imagine being the greatest team of all time and being up 3-1 in the NBA finals, then losing. But then again, there's not that much shame in losing to any LeBron-led team. Unless we're talking about that god-awful 2018 Cavs team, every team that lost to them is just sad. But I could go on and on about the games that LeBron and Kyrie had, like their 41 apiece game, but we'd be here all day. LeBron averaged 29.7 points and was 1 assist away from averaging a triple-double for the entire series. Then Kyrie averaged 27.1 points a game, as well as carrying the offense at times. But this wouldn't be the 2016 finals if it wasn't for LeBron's block and Kyrie's shot. Also, LeBron almost getting the greatest dunk of all time.
Irving drives to James, misses the jam, but foul.
That was the first championship in Cleveland in over 50 years, finally putting the LeBron-Cleveland differences to rest. But the Cavs and Warriors weren't the only teams breaking records this year. The final year of the Spurs team we all knew still managed to break the record for the best home start in NBA history, starting the season 39-0 at home, also racking up a total of 67 wins on the season. While on the opposite end of the spectrum, the 76ers were breaking records as well. Not for being good, but for going 10-72. And somehow, believe it or not, this was not the worst 76ers team ever. In the 1972-73 season, the 76ers would go 9-73 when there were only 16 other NBA teams in the league at the time. We've already talked about the Warriors' 73-9 season, but there's one more thing. The Warriors were 72-9 and had to beat the Grizzlies to break the record for the best season ever. But with such a historic record on the line, still nobody watched the game. And that's because if you turn the channel, you could be watching Kobe Bryant putting up 60 points in his final NBA game ever, which is the greatest farewell game by any player ever, and it's not even close. Another person that we'd be saying our goodbyes to is Tim Duncan. And in his final year, he would become the third player ever to rack up 1,000 wins, and the only player ever to do it with just one team. This was also the first year Russel Westbrook would average close to a triple-double, breaking the record for the most triple-doubles in a single season with 18. Then the very next season he would break it again with 42 triple-doubles. 42! And that man now plays with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. The 2015-16 season also had one of the greatest dunk contests of all time. The first Aaron Gordon Zach Lavine dunk contest will go down in history as one of the best but unfortunate dunk contests ever. with many people believing Aaron Gordon should have won after they crowned Zach Lavine as the winner. It was filled with dunks that we've really never seen before, which is rare for an NBA dunk contest these days. But it wasn't only dunks that we've never seen, but dunks that very few people in the entire world could do. The NBA during this season was just a completely different era. Harden was averaging 29 a game by himself in Houston, and DeMarcus Cousins was 4th in scoring for the Sacramento Kings, averaging 26.9 points a game. One of the reasons why DeMarcus Cousins was so good that season was because he was playing with the assist leader Rajon Rondo, who was throwing out 11.7 assists a game. This was also the year before Isaiah Thomas would have his MVP season. This year he would go on to average 22 points a game before upping it to almost 30 the very next season. This was one of the best eras in basketball, while Steph Curry was just changing the game every single day, and the 2015-16 season was just one of the most vital of all time. Historic teams, players leaving and coming out of their shell, and just so many storylines that would change the game forever. But that about wraps up the year. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for basketball videos just like this one. Till next time.